Hey there, I'm coming to you from the set of Stu McLaren's Tribe Course video shoot. We are filming all the course material, all the course videos for Stu's Tribe course, which teaches people how to create and leverage membership sites for their business. And we've got quite an elaborate setup here, so I thought, hey, this would be a good time to bring you behind the scenes and show you what our setup is on this set for this shoot. So I've got Ryan here on this camera here, and I'm going to walk you through what we have. So we basically had Stu's set director here build a set that matches his brand, kind of country, homey, feely, warm, feely, rustic. We've got some of his favorite books that we've put in there. Some of the books are affiliates. Some of them are great business books that he's read. He's friends with some of these authors. So we thought that was a really nice taste to sort of hide them in there. We've got his desk. Got a laptop for his notes, so he can reference that while he's teaching. Here's the tricky part though. We've got this set, and we've got to light this set, but we've also got a whiteboard that he goes to quite regularly, where he likes to draw out charts, graphs, anything to kind of illustrate his teaching points. So the trick was, we got to light this, make this look nice with the background, but we've also got to light this sandbag marker, and if I had a dime for every time somebody tripped over that, I'd be wealthy, but it's much needed. And I'll explain a little bit later. So we have this board, and it's also a reflector. Let's get some glass on it. So it's kind of tricky, but our cameraman, DOP Chiwai, did an exceptional job, and I want to show you kind of the setup. I'll go by real quick here. We've got 3 cameras. Can you see? Can you go wide for me and kind of show the setup here? We've got 3 cameras, we got 2 5Ds and a C100, okay? So you can see the lighting here. We've got the key light, some backlight here, and some fill for the board, okay? So we got 3 cameras here, and I want to explain what cameras we got. We got our first 5D here, and that has got a 70 to 200 millimeter lens on it. And that camera is for when Stu is at the board. It is positioned so that you can see him writing at the board, and he will talk to this camera. It's also useful if he has a guest who's teaching with him, and so there's 2 of them. This would be the guest camera. Okay, second camera is our B cam here is the Canon C100, and it is our main teaching desktop camera. And we've got the audio feeds going into that so that we don't have to mess around. Everything goes in there. It takes 2 lav mics, the XLR jacks, and it just works wonderful for that. So that doesn't move at all. Then we've got over here on a slider, go ahead and roll that camera, Chiwai. Are you rolling on this one? Yeah. Roll it. Yeah. We'll roll. We got it on a slider here. We use this camera as our C cam for Stu's camera when he's got a guest. And also, we use it as a transition shot to get him from the desk to the board. Okay, because we don't have enough room to have sort of a big wide shot to do that, and we want to do something cool, so we added the slider. So Stu will be over here, right, and he'll be teaching the B cam, but then he will turn to the C cam, and as he walks around, he will look at this camera, and he will talk, and he will use it to get to the board, and then he will cut to the C cam, or the A cam, which is not rolling. Now, we have a sandbag on the floor that I tripped over earlier. That is in order so that Stu knows the line to walk so that he's always in focus with this camera. And then he knows that there's another sandbag here to tell him where he's got to stop. And he can't really come in close because then he'll go out of focus in this camera, but he can teach from here. And it took a little bit of getting used to for him because, well, you can't look at your mark when you're walking by it, right? You got to just pretend that it's there. So we got a couple of spills while we were shooting, but now he's got it. Okay, so talking about some light, we've got some practical lights in here. We've got some of these little light bulbs that light up. Those have got a nice little touch to them. We've got this practical lamp that sends in some tungsten. It's not lighting anything, it's just for the look and feel of the set. So we've set up our key and fill lights behind you there, and we'll go to those for a second, but we needed some more light to kind of fill in this area here to kind of brighten it up a bit when he's at the board, because we can't just light just for the one position. We have to light for kind of 2, almost 3 as he comes over here. So we've got an LED up there. Chiwai has chosen to go with daylight for everything. So we've got, the guys have rigged up an LED up there and they're bouncing it up off the wall and it's kind of dropping in here and filling this. We've got some natural backlight here. As you can see, we're using that as a backlight, hair light almost. You guys got chosen that. And so there's no real backlight, it's all coming from the windows. Okay, so coming over here, we've got, this is our, I guess, a bit of a fill light here, GY, would you say? And we've got another LED for the bounce here, filling in kind of this side for the guest and for Stu's side here. We've got this is a great little light. I don't know if you can see it in here. It's an LED, it's bicolor. You can dial in the color temperature from tungsten to daylight. It's super bright. It rolls right up and you can pack it in a tube. Anyways, this one here is directly to fill in the board. And when you're filming now, it may look a little dark, but actually on camera, it all is adjusted. All the cameras are set for it, so it looks really, really good. So we love this light. Got a little flag here for some diffusion. The flag's on a C-stand. We've got behind this reflector, which is acting as diffusion, we've got one of my favorite lights, a Kino flow, which is pretty bright back there, but you can see its fluorescents that are in there, but it's a soft, soft, beautiful light. And the color temperature is awesome. And you just get a really nice soft key light there. And then again, some natural diffusion here to soften it even more. And then back to the C100. What do we got over here? If you come in here, got one more light. I think this is a bit of a backlight, fill light in coming here. And that's just a little LED aperture light. And we got it going off of a reflector here. As you can notice, not a lot of direct light. Everything is bounced to soften it up there. But yeah, that's it. And we got him on a lav mic just because it's easy for him to walk around. As you can see, we've got a couple of apple boxes that we're using. Apple boxes always come in handy. You couldn't carry apples in them, but they call them apple boxes from back in the day. And you can use them to raise things up. As you can see here, we needed a plant in the foreground for that shot. And we didn't have anything to put it on, so we built it up on apple boxes. And you won't see these, you'll just see the top of the green in the foreground. So we've been here maybe 5, 6, this is day 7, I think, day 6. Got today and tomorrow, and then we head into post-production. And it's a really great course, and I recommend if you're interested in membership sites at all, this is the premier course, and you're gonna wanna check it out. Of course, as we edit all this together, we've got multi-cameras that we're adding, we got graphics, lower thirds, full screen graphics, and we got B-roll, tons and tons of B-roll to show all the examples of all the success that Stu's members have had and everything. So it's going to be a really great course, and I thought I'd just give you a little glimpse behind the scenes and let you see behind the curtain. All right, see you next time.